Welcome to this module. I call it Learn by Doing, and I wanted to highlight some of the key actions that you're now prepared to take. You finished registering with the community, you finished enrolling for a course, and taking tests. And again, those are by far the most common, the most powerful skills that you need to know to be able to meaningfully participate in a GitHub, in a Git repository, in a modern DevOps project, in an open source project. And so I'm going to highlight a little bit about what you can do with those skills, and in a selfish way, I guess, that I think really brings, and has been proven to bring, just a tremendous amount of value to the community and to all your peers in the community. And that is, in this stage, you may not be interested in getting deep into the administration of the platform, and that's totally fine. Come take a course and use the information for your benefit. Absolutely. And the biggest ask that we have for the community is, whenever you see a course, when you go through a course, just to keep your eyes open, and so as we're looking through any one of these courses, again, all of these courses have the edit this page feature on every single page. And so again, if you're looking at anything as you go through and you see a grammar error, you see a sentence that could be improved, heck, even if you see a video that you think, that's out of date, or I really think that I could have added value there in a way. And it's not about being, trying to show that you're better. I think more often it comes from a place of sincerity, where you see video and maybe you think, well, the way that they explained it didn't really resonate with me. And I think I have a way of explaining it that may resonate with more people and may help more people on their journey, right? And at the same time, it's a great opportunity for you to be part of something very visible, to help to establish and cement your reputation in the modern apps world. And so always, as you're going through these, keep an eye on this edit this page. You already have all the skills you need now. To click in here, we can see here, target audience. This course is designed. When we click edit this page, again, you will see that there's some metadata on these pages, right? And you can ignore that metadata. We have this little section in the top here that we call front matter, but it's very easy at the same time to see here, this course is designed for information technology and students and professionals, right? And if I look here on the target audience, this course is designed for information. So I can see very easily, if I want to edit that, either one of these two sentences, I can see the sentences right here. I can see right here that there's some kind of odd line spacing on the second sentence. So I can make that change right there. And I can look and I can say sentence formatting. Right? And if you need to put a more thorough description, you can put a more thorough description. And I'm still logged in with my test member account. So this is the same exact experience that you would go through. So click propose changes. Right? And I can see here that it tells me what I've changed. I've taken this this sentence that was broken out over 2 lines, and I cleaned it up and I made it into appropriate single line sentence. And now I can click. And one thing I may want to check here, right, is I can see that when I do this, I'm going to make the changes on my copy. Behind the scenes, when I was doing click, I want to edit this. GitHub set up a separate copy for me. So that way, when I submit the changes, I have a place to save my copy, the change that I'm wanting to submit, until the administrator of the main Modern Apps Ninja repository here has a chance to review it. It'll be saved in this local patch that it created for me. So it's saying here that it's taking a change from my account. My account is my test account is Melp test member 1, and it's sending it to, I can tell by this arrow, it's going to send this change to the Modern Apps Ninja repository. That's exactly what I want, has the changes that I want. So I can just click again, and I could add additional description if I want. I don't need to do that. Create pull request. And now I've submitted a change. And one of the amazing things about this is that a lot of times, if you could just hit save and change something and then hit save on the public version everyone see, most people are very, very hesitant to make that type of change, because, well, just the truth is when we see something, I think that could be done better. I think this if I reworded a sentence, I think if I explained it this way, that would be better. I think this change would be better. Sometimes it's very clear. There's a missing sentence. Okay, easy. Sometimes I'm making a change that's a little more nuanced, and it's not it's natural to wonder, do other people agree with me on this change? As a person who's created this document, would they agree with the change I want to make? And it's one of the beautiful things about this pull request process is it allows you, if you see something, I think this is a change that would be good for the website. It allows you to submit that. And if for some reason myself or another administrator might be aware that, oh, actually, we don't want to do that change because of something maybe you didn't know, right? If or maybe, you know what, I think we'll talk about it with the community, and we have option A and option B. We could take it and review it at that point, but it allows you the opportunity to submit something that you believe is better in a way that you're submitting it for review. You're not dictating that this is how it's going to be. And I think that really helps a lot of people to feel comfortable submitting a suggested change or input. And also, if you do see something and you don't want to submit the change, please do open an issue ticket and in your own language, in how you prefer to word it, express your concern. If it's a question, if it's a recommendation or a thought, you're wondering, what if we did things this way? Would the other members of the community potentially like it if we did some suggestions? So please do put any and all suggestions. There's no bad questions. There's no bad suggestions. There's no bad pull requests. If there's anything that for whatever reason it doesn't get approved, then we will thank you very much for approving it and discuss the issue with you. But for the most part, almost everything that people submit, we approve, because if you see something and you think this could be done better, you're probably right. And one of the great things about this is such a great help to your peers in the community. This is this Modern Apps learning program. It's a very small program. We're bottom up within VMware. We're not a program that an executive decided was going to be a thing and got all types of funding and resources. And so I started this initiative. I spent a lot of nights and evenings and weekends, and we're getting more and more support from the organization and the community. But this is really an opportunity to help the community, help your peers learn in the community, and at the same time be a little selfish about it because it helps yourself, right? It helps you to feel like you did something good for your community, and it also helps your professional resume a lot, especially if you haven't done a lot with GitHub. And Git, there's little that will help your modern application professional credentials more than being somebody who has a record of commits on Git. And when you've done commits like this, just like we cleaned up the sentence formatting here, you can do the same exact thing for a lot of open source projects. It is almost the same exact process here to where, and I can show you right now where I can go into Kubernetes documentation, the Kubernetes contributors guide, other big open source projects. They all have this common thing of there's a lot of people who are working on those projects who are in a big rush. And when they write documentation and notes and all this stuff, even aside from code, there's always little formatting errors and things that you look at it and you're like, oh, that looks rushed. And so I could show you right now how you could go to the Kubernetes repository and look at the documentation, look at the contributors guide, and find some really sloppy grammar. That'd be very easy to say, I'm just gonna clean up a little bit of the grammar here in very common sense ways. Just put in proper sentence formatting, and your result would be that on your GitHub profile, it would show that you were a contributor to the Kubernetes repository. And you could do the same thing for a large number. And just imagine if you're in that situation where you're establishing your professional resume, maybe you're applying for a new job, you still have to have all the bases checked on your resume, but no matter what, it still usually gets to be very competitive. But you're a contributor to the Kubernetes repository, right? You're a contributor to maybe to all these other open source repositories. Your GitHub profile shows that demonstrates through proof points viscerally that you get on your GitHub repository that you know how to participate and you've actively participated in this Modern Apps world. So I strongly encourage everyone, as you go through, just keep an eye out for little improvements, little changes that you can make, and that will reflect back immediately on your GitHub repository or on your GitHub profile for everyone to see, and it become a really valuable part of your resume while you're doing your standard learning. And as you learn, we're going to have more and more content. You may start off here just keeping an eye out for little changes. You may want to as we get to Modern Apps 201, as you start to gain comfort or maybe participate in events with the community and we start working together, there's so many things that you could do to gain experience and help the community and continue to enhance your professional reputation from talking, helping to support other members on our message boards and Slack channels, from looking and resolving issue tickets. We have the Modern Apps SRE live call every Friday, where we make plans for how we implement feature requests and how we support users, and how we design and architect a Modern Apps learning platform that everyone uses together. So we have lots of new feature requests and things like that that we're implementing all the time, that you're welcome to be a part of to help gain these important skills before you have to go do them in the real world. Or some of you may already be doing them in the real world, and this may have a chance for you to try different things, to engage with the community, and to continue to enhance your skills and knowledge. So thanks again so much for joining this module. The community really appreciates everything that you do, and please do. We'll follow on with the next module of where we'll look at how to complete this course and earn your certificate of completion. Thank you very much.